Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar about content marketing, what to say and how to say it. While I go ahead and set up, can you guys do me a quick favor, and in the chat box just say good afternoon. That'll just give me a heads up that you guys are on here and ready to roll. And so excellent. I'm glad everybody can hear me okay. We will go ahead and get started. Content marketing, what to say and how to say it, using words and images to craft your email messages. My name is Carlos Scarpero, aka Mr. Leads. My website is mr-leads.com. I'm an internet marketing consultant based here in Dayton, Ohio. I'm also an authorized local expert for Constant Contact who sponsors these events. And for those of you who don't know, Constant Contact is all about helping you be a marketer. You know, their big campaign right now is the Be a Marketer campaign. That's what these webinars are all about helping small business owners be a marketer and grow their business. For those of you that are not familiar with Constant Contact, they provide all the marketing campaigns you need together, all in one place. And I'm just going to go through these real quick. So the main product is the newsletter and announcement product, the email marketing product. That's what they started with. They've been doing it for close to 20 years now. That's what they're most famous for. They also have the offers and promotions product, which is the Facebook marketing product. They also have a feedback and surveys product, which is obviously for feedback and surveys and getting more information from your customers. And finally, they have the event and registration product, which helps people with events and registrations for online. If you want to do any sort of online marketing, collect payments online, host an event, that's the product for you. So let me ask you a question. What is your biggest challenge with content creation? Just take a minute or two, think about it, and post something in the chat box, because I really want to know what your biggest challenge is. Ooh, that's a very good one. Creating content that will keep our subscribers opening our emails, not knowing how to word it. What the subject line should be to get a higher open rate. Those are all excellent things to consider with content creation, and we'll go through all these in a few minutes. But at its core, whatever kind of marketing you do, whether it's email marketing, whether it's pay-per-click marketing, whether it's even offline marketing, it's all about getting results, right? You know, if you're going to send out 1,000 postcards, you want to see some response from it, or why are you doing it? So what kind of results are you looking for? It could be a click or a download, visit to your store, reservation, appointments, calls. At the end of the day, it's all about money, right? You know, that's what we're all after. Because, you know, if you get a click and a download but nobody's calling you or giving you any money, then that's not really going to help you, is it? So why is your email content so important? Well, your content is the currency. You know, if nobody's opening your emails and nobody's reading your emails, like was mentioned in a couple of the comments, you know, it's just not going to happen. So be the source your readers know, like, and trust. Become the expert in whatever it is you do for a living, and then they will turn to you when they need that advice. And answer your customers' questions. We'll go through this in a bit about how to research this. So think about this email. You got a picture at the top, you got a nice little paragraph, and at the bottom you got a call to action. So it's just a real simple simple, quick email that probably took maybe 10 or 15 minutes to create this, with some information about their business and with a call to action at the end. But write for your audience, not for you. And when you write for your audience, and I want to extend this a little bit, and it's not just writing for your audience in terms of your email marketing, it's also in your web design. You know, I do some web design as well as help people with their email marketing, and that's something I talk about quite a bit with my clients is, you know, your website's really all about your prospects. It's not about you. And so if you ever are designing a new website or getting one redesigned, I would suggest, you know, talking to a few of your prospective customers, seeing what they think. You know, you might think it's laid out well, and you might find out that, oh wait, it's not laid out anywhere near what your audience wants. And so I have some extra tips here. So I'm going to go off script a little bit and show you a couple additional resources just because I do think it's so important. And so I had actually pulled up a couple websites before I got on this call today to talk a little bit about this. And so this one site is called Quora, and it's Quora.com. I work a lot in the mortgage industry. I'm a former loan officer, and so I use mortgages as my example. And so you can just look through these. What is a mortgage? How do you pay for a mortgage? How do you get what mortgage is best for you? How do I build my real estate empire? And you can just go on and on and on through those. And so if you're a loan officer, for example, you can look through Quora, grab some of those frequently asked questions, and turn that into content. It makes it so much easier because you're writing for your audience. By the way, it also helps your website get ranked because typically those questions are keywords that people are searching in Google, which will help your website get ranked. So if you create a nice big article around one of these topics, it'll definitely help your SEO efforts. Another one here is Yahoo Answers. Yahoo Answers is very similar to Quora, where people just ask questions and you have answers to various different things. And definitely, it's another great resource you can use to discover what your audience is thinking about and really dig deep into that. Another, I just did a Google search, and I just typed in mortgage questions, and this one actually popped up. It was like third or fourth on Google. And so there's some frequently asked questions. What's the interest rate? How many discount points? What are the closing costs? So if you're a loan officer, you can see that you can look at this and say, okay, this is what my audience is thinking about. And one article is about the first question, the next one's about the next question. The other thing you can do is use the survey tool. Constant Contact provides a survey tool. You can use that to poll your audience, figure out what they're after, what their needs are, and go from there. The other thing you can do is look at your stats. If you don't know how to pull that, I did a website tracking webinar a couple weeks ago where I dug deep and showed you exactly how to pull the stats off your website and figure out where the traffic's coming from. And so, you know, if you have multiple articles on your website, you can actually look at that and determine, you know, the questions your customers are asking or prospective clients are asking, and use that to create your content. So as you can see, there's a lot of different ways to find that content. So there's your lesson there. Give me a quick second. This thing is acting up on me here. There we go. So we're at here. And so here's some examples right here. You got Camp Unleashed. You know, if you like to put a smile on your dog. So it has a little content. They know that people that are interested in Camp Unleashed like cute photos of dogs. It's, you know, it's pretty common. And so they're nice. You know, they have a couple cute photos of dogs, and then, oh yeah, by the way, we're going to sell you something here too. You know, last chance to sign up for our upcoming camp. So as you can see, they're writing for their audience. You know, they got a really nice logo. They got a nice photo, and oh, you know, even if you don't sign up, I'm excited. I would be excited to get this email. I'm a dog lover, and you know, I'd be excited to see this cute dog smiling at me. Even if I don't sign up for the camp, it's irrelevant. So think about this. 38% unsubscribe is boring. 32% send to spam is irrelevant. And I'm sure, you know, most people get over 100 emails a day these days. And I definitely do this myself. I'm sure you guys do too. So it's all about create, curate, extend, and then your next steps. So think about all the different things you can create. You can create offerings, testimonials, resources, studies. As you can see, it's a lot. It's overwhelming. And that's why those surveys are so important. You can try to really figure out, okay, which of those are most important with your audience and use that to create your content. So how much is enough? Constant Contact did some studies on click-through rates. So basically how many links you should have in an email. And so here's what they found out. They found out that less can be more. Less than 20 lines of text tends to get the most click-throughs. So a lot of times what I'll do and what I recommend you do is if you have a nice 400-word blog post, just give them a little teaser. Maybe give them 15, 20, 30 words. And the bottom of it say, for more information, click here. Tends to get better conversions. 3 pictures or less. You don't want to overload it with pictures, all kinds of reasons. One being, it's just overwhelming for them to open it. And you got spam issues too, and speed issues, and just don't use a lot of pictures. Use enough to make it enticing. So here's what they found out. If there's 1 link in the email, gets the most clicks. 2 email, okay. And then after 3 or more, it just starts declining. So think about which link in your email is most important and really focus on that. I would say send out more emails, but with less content on each email. It's so funny because with Constant Contact, I see some people that just want to squeeze all their content into 1 email per month, but then they forget that, whoops, what if somebody doesn't open that email? Then they won't hear from you for a couple months. I would suggest send an email more often, but with less links for this very reason. With Constant Contact, I mean, you're not restricted. It's not like they charge you per email. You could send an email every day if you wanted to. So really, you might as well send out more emails or send them more often, but have fewer links in those emails. So there we go. Also remember, more than half of emails are read on mobile devices. So with the new trends with mobile marketing, this fewer links equals more is more important than ever, simply because with mobile, people are not going to read those big, super long newsletters with 15 links on it. It just doesn't happen. It looks so horrible on the mobile, for one thing. Also with mobile, you need to start increasing those font sizes. I typically use 14-point or higher. I like an Arial font. It's very readable. Luckily, Constant Contact's new templates are all mobile friendly. So as long as you use one of the templates that has a little mobile device symbol next to it, you're good to go. And I think almost all their templates are mobile friendly these days. So if you're using the old template, I would suggest you go and update it to one that is mobile friendly, because you will get better conversions from it. So structure makes it better. Use outlines no matter what you're doing. 10 best ways to do whatever. Makes it very easy to write an article, by the way. So I do that quite a bit myself. Keep a list of topics on hand. Use those questions we just went through a minute ago and turn that into your topic list. Show your expertise. If you're a loan officer, then you can use the ones about mortgage or whatever it is you do. Use that to show off your expertise at what you do. And make it look like you. You don't want to be copying someone else. Make it look like you. Make it brand you. Make it engaging and enticing to whatever you're trying to market. So here's some questions. So what you can do is just go into Quora or Yahoo Answers like we did a minute ago, and you'll probably find questions just like these, and then these can turn into content. So how do I ensure my pipes don't burst? So there we go. Email number 1, 5 ways to protect your pipes from freezing. How do I deduct mileage? Answer to your top 3, and so forth. And so what I would suggest that everyone do today is go into Quora, go into Yahoo Answers, go into Google, figure out these questions your audience is asking, and then use that to create your emails. And have a spreadsheet or Word file with all these different questions and answers on it, and then it makes it a lot easier. That way, Monday rolls around or you can't really think what you want to say, you just pop in there and go, oh yeah, somebody did ask me about that. Let's go and write about that today. So there is a difference between email and email marketing. When you see this email on the left, which is more just what you'd send to a friend, it's boring. I mean, there's no text, there's no graphics. It's just plain and boring. Especially this one on the right, you've got a nice biker on there. You see images that really stand out. And with Constant Contact, they're the leader in graphical emails, and so they make it very easy to create those kind of emails. Images are content too, so 90% of information by the brain is visual content. You see chocolate and you just immediately, what's it saying? A picture's worth 1,000 words, right? Communicate through images. Images need to be clickable, have the key action above the scroll line. So the scroll line is right here. So if you look at it, we see the link kind of right here at the top, and it's right here at the top. It basically means that the user doesn't have to scroll down to see your key link that you want them to do. And so again, less is more, because you want them to click on that link. If your link was way down here and they had to scroll down the email to find it, your conversion is going to be a lot lower. So use your design wisely, limit your choices. Again, just like we said a minute ago, fewer links are better. So focus on your business. Find things related to your business and then focus on that, because at the end of the day, you do want them to come through the door. Focus on your environment. Maybe you're at a conference or something like that. You're speaking somewhere, you're showing some expertise, and you can focus on that. Focus on your expertise, just like we said a minute ago. And finally, focus on your theme. Maybe certain times of the year, you can do something about Christmas, Halloween, Easter, etc., and create emails around that. So working with photos, you want to choose the right size and avoid copyright issues. Use your own photos or stock images. Here's some sites you can use. Pickstockphoto.com, Stock Vault, free images. There's so many sites. Kazi is one I use. Another thing you can do is there's something called Creative Commons images. And so Creative Commons images are images where the photographer has said, okay, if you give me credit for this image, I'll let you use it. Oftentimes I've asked photographers directly on my website, I have images for events I've done where maybe somebody came in and said, hey, can I use this image you took of me? And I thought you did a really good job. And oftentimes they're like, oh yeah, sure, as long as you give me credit for it, give me a link back to my website. Because there are some real issues. It's so funny, right before this webinar, I just got this email on Facebook. A friend of mine, he's a web designer, he got this email, said, I got the dreaded Getty Images extortion letter today, trying to figure out how the heck the image ended up on my site, but now they want money from me. And it can be potentially a lot of money. I think with Getty Images can be several $1,000s. It calls it extortion letter. It literally is, a lot of money that they can potentially get. Because, using images without permission is illegal. It's simple as that. So make it engaging with videos. Mention your video in the subject line. And they're more likely to read emails that include video. Keep them short. These are product videos, testimonials, promotions, etc. So curate. Curate is all about sharing content from other sources. And so there are copyright issues with curation too. But as long as you link back to the source, curation is perfectly fine. So basically curation is where you take a quote or a piece of text or something like that, and then you say, according to blah, 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 this and this and this is true. So with email marketing, what you can do is say, okay, here are 3 articles related to cycling. Here's some articles I found about cycling today, and go from there. And so as you can see, this one referenced the Boston Globe, this one referenced Velo News, this one referenced Baltimore Medical Center. So you can use content curation to share from other sources and become the expert by sharing their expertise. It works really well on your website too, by the way. Google loves that when you're sharing sources, when you're generous with your links. Definitely helps with your rankings. So where do you find it? Check the news. Read blogs. You're obviously staying updated with whatever you do for a living. So read whatever's related to your industry and keep up with those trends. Follow social media. Again, follow the people that are leaders in your industry. Google alerts. These are great. You can set up keyword alerts on Google for whatever it is you're looking for, and Google will actually send you an email every time there's a new something new about that topic. Very helpful. Subscribe to email lists. Get on some lists of people in your industry. Get on your competitors' email list. See what they're talking about. Figure out what's going on. There's another great website called buzzsumo.com, buzzsumo.com. What that does is shows the number of social shares that an article gets. And so what you can do is type in a keyword and it'll actually show you, okay, this article related to this keyword was shared 300 times on Facebook, this other one shared 200 times. And you can use that to find trends and figure out what's getting attention and use that for your content. And of course, don't forget to credit. So share content created by others. So here's a nice little Pinterest board with all this content on it. It can be shared by your employees, by your members, volunteers, partners, supporters, customers, clients, etc. Be sure to extend it. So share it. You got your email, you got social media, and you got sharing tools, and they don't compete with each other. They complement each other. When I create an email newsletter, the first thing I do is share it on Facebook, share it on LinkedIn, share it on Twitter, share it on Pinterest, etc. Because I want as many eyeballs to see it as possible. And I know the people on my email list aren't necessarily on my Facebook list or aren't necessarily on my Twitter list. I share it over and over and over. So here's a sample email to posts. So 4 tips for selling more tickets, and then now they got 4 tips. You can create 4 Facebook posts, maybe 4 LinkedIn posts, maybe 1 LinkedIn article with all 4 tips. You can create 4 tweets, etc. And then here's the 4 tips they're using. So here's an example from the Grafton Inn. They're in Vermont. So they used this nice little photo of this park bench, and so there it is on their website, and then they took that. There it is on Facebook. Guess what? Same park bench. There it is again on Instagram, same park bench. And so using the same content over and over and over makes it a lot easier. So reach your customers where they are. So there's all kind of different places your customers could be. If you're doing more B2B marketing, you might be on LinkedIn. Doing more visual marketing, maybe an e-commerce store, you might want to be on Pinterest. If it's more techie, you might be on Twitter, and of course, most people are on Facebook, 1 billion users. So it all syncs together. Your email plus your social media increases your customer reach. So having these share buttons, the share bar, and this is a tool within Constant Contact, will actually increase your click-through rates by 158%. So you definitely want to have that, because when people get your newsletter and they want to share it, you're giving something valuable, they can use that share bar to post that to Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, etc. So you definitely want to take advantage of that. And then add those social media buttons as well. So social media buttons are buttons where you can actually have them add you on Facebook, LinkedIn, and follow you in those other places. Because like I said, not all your Facebook friends are going to see every post. Not everybody on your newsletter list will see your post, but so if you have them in multiple places, definitely helps you get your content out there. And so don't be shy. Ask them to like it, share it, retweet it, etc. Expand your reach with a social share tool. Constant Contact is this beautiful tool called the social share tool. The way you find this is right after you schedule your email. It's going to pop up this little box. It looks just like this. And then it'll actually create this little message right here, which is actually from your headline in your newsletter. It will also automatically create a link to an online version of your newsletter. And then what you can do is hit this publish now, and it will create a message with your link on it. And it'll automatically do like 3 or 4 of these, and you can retime them, or maybe you just want to post it once and you maybe just hit, maybe only post it once and remove the other 3 suggested times. Or you can change the time. Maybe you want it today, tomorrow, and Saturday or something, whatever you want to do. And then just hit schedule and get this nice little calendar right here where you can see visually exactly when that is. And so this is included for free in all Constant Contact accounts. Like I said, it's right after you schedule your newsletter to go out, it'll pop up this tool. And so there it goes. That's how it's going to look on Facebook. So next steps. Remember, write for your audience, not for you. Keep it relevant, short, and focused. And use those analytics in Constant Contact. It'll show exactly who opened your email. It'll show how often they opened it, all those things. And I did a webinar about analytics, so you go to mr-leads.com. I did 2 webinars, one about website analytics and one about Constant Contact analytics, and you can get a little more deeper into those topics. So yeah, check your email analytics and also check your website analytics. Figure out where your traffic's coming from, figure out where it's going. Need help with this? I'm going to offer everyone a free consultation and can dig a little deeper with all this at a later time. So 3 steps for creating content. Begin with your last customer question. Whenever you had an interaction with a customer, whether it's on the phone, whether it's a sales call, whatever, what was their last question to you? Think about that. I think oftentimes that when someone declines your service, those are sometimes the best questions of all. What are those objections that they're giving you to buying from you? How can you handle that objection? Think about those, because if you can turn that objection around, then maybe the next person won't have that objection. Find some pictures. Go online, some of those websites I mentioned a minute ago, find a picture that's engaging. Write a paragraph or 2 or 3 and create an enticing call to action. So any questions? It looks like we have a couple questions here. Let me pull these up. All right, let's see here. All right, let's see. How do you create content that keeps subscribers open your emails? Well, I think I did kind of mention it at the beginning. Use that research and dig in there, figure out exactly what they're interested in. Look at your previous interactions and figure out how they're interacting with you and how to grow that. Now, sharing how to word it. Yeah, definitely. You want to, like I said, look at your past interactions, figure out, split test. Maybe use 2 different headlines, send one day, one another day to a different segment of your list. Figure out what's working. And so, very similar. What subject line has the highest open rate? Same thing. That basically split test your subject lines and see what's working. Oh yeah, there we go. Not being too general. Taking the time to target small groups. So yeah, what you can do is even take the time and create groups within your groups. It's called segmenting your audience. If maybe you figured out that one part of your audience is really interested in some content, another part of your audience is interested in different parts of your content, you can create a second list. How much info is too much? I think we kind of covered that. Make sure that fewer links are better. And then the sharing tools. You get the sharing tools that I shared at the end, and you find those right after you send your email. If anybody else has any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'll send my contact info at the end of this webinar today. So I am a solution provider with Constant Contact, also an authorized local expert. I have taken all their certifications, actually a platinum level partner, and have master certification, which is the highest level they offer. So if you work with me, basically Constant Contact, you can either work with them directly or work through a solution provider. The cost to you is identical. So you might as well work with a solution provider. I get a little commission for helping out with support, which is nice. But you also get some very nice benefits. And so for those of you who are already Constant Contact customers, here's how you can join my partnership, and I'll be honored to be a part of your life as you're growing your business. And so if you do work with a Constant Contact solution provider like me, you get a dedicated customer support person to help you. So think about that. You're creating that email and you're like, oh man, I really need help with us, and you don't want to make the call to the 800 number. Shoot me a quick email, send me a text, I can help you out. You get a marketing person to help review your campaigns. If you ever, Constant Contact support is really good for more technical type issues, like how do I move this image over 5 pixels or whatever. But if you want to know, okay, how do I get better conversions? Or, should I put 1 article or 2, or should I send this on Wednesday or Thursday? Those type of questions. Having someone like me on hand, much easier. Claim all the discounts you're entitled to. And with Constant Contact, there's so many partner programs people aren't aware of. So for example, there's chamber discounts, there's SBDC, a lot of associations have discounts. A lot of times you don't even know what you have. Nonprofit, That's a lot of the work I do is help people claim all those discounts. To join my partnership, there's no cost or obligation. All you do is send me an email, cscarpero@gmail.com. I'll send you some information. You have to send a quick email to Constant Contact with some real specific wording. So if you send me an email, I'll give you exact wording we need to say to join my partnership. And so those of you that are current customers, I'd like to encourage you to check this out. Definitely well worth it for you. And like I said, there are some partner programs, Chamber of Commerce, SBDC, United Way, or any nonprofit. You don't have to be part of United Way. Any nonprofit can actually get some significant discounts with Constant Contact. Those that are not current customers, I'd like to invite you to take it for a spin. Basic campaigns, which is just the email marketing portion of it, is only $20 a month for 500 contacts. The Essential, which is the full toolkit, including plus campaigns, landing pages, detail tracking, $45 a month for 500 contacts. Finally, there's the Ultimate package, and that's for someone that wants all the bells and whistles, wants a personal coach that knows their business. It's $195. That $195 includes the 45 package, so it's $150 for them to actually create your email and send it out for you. You wouldn't still need to create the content, but for some people that just want to have a set it and forget it system, that don't want to deal with handle it all themselves, the Ultimate package would be a great deal. So here's just a breakdown of everything that's included in all the packages, and you guys will be getting a copy of this later so you can really see this. Constant Contact also does offer a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there really is no risk. Take it, try it out for a spin. You get the 60-day free trial, no cost or obligation, no credit card required, and then after you pay, you can still take it for another 30 days and get your money back. So I think that's a pretty good amount of time to really analyze whether it's working for you. But remember, knowledge plus action equals success. I gave you a lot of knowledge today. Hope you put it into good use, and then you will achieve success. I want to offer you a couple free gifts today. Try it out for free for the next 60 days, mr-leads.com/cc. I also want to invite everyone on the webinar today to a free 20-minute consultation. If you go to mr-leads.com/consultation, I'll be more than happy to walk through your marketing questions, help you grow your business, and certainly if there's any sort of thing I can do to help fulfill that for you, we can discuss that as well. Thank you guys so much for being on the webinar today. I really appreciate it. This is being recorded, so if there's something you want to review later, look out for an email from me later this afternoon, and we will go from there. We have 1 or 2 questions. Oh, thank you. You get a couple of thank yous from everybody. Excellent, excellent. I'm glad it's working. Oh, you're so sweet. Really appreciate all the comments. It's nice. Alrighty, well, thanks again for being on the webinar today. Look out for an email from me in the next couple hours, and have an excellent afternoon.